They say that in every Goan village there walks a spirit, the Gaon Purus. He is not evil, but he is not to be taken lightly. Tall, dressed in white, he walks the lonely paths at night, especially when the moon is full. He is known to help the needy, guiding lost travelers, protecting those alone on the road, even helping the poor find fortune. But there is one rule: do not follow him, do not cross his path, do not try to interfere with where he is going, for those who disturb the Gaon Purus, sometimes they are never seen again. One quiet evening by the coast, two friends, Alex and Peter, returned from fishing. The sky was orange, fading to purple, the palms swaying in the breeze, but their canoe was empty, not a single fish. Alex sat at the stern, silent, his oar barely touching the water. His eyes were far away, heavy with worry. Peter didn't need to ask. He knew. Alex had to pay his daughter's school fees. Without a catch, there would be no money, no way to send her back to class. Peter tried to cheer him up. Alex, don't trouble your heart. The sea will be kinder tomorrow. Let's come back then. Alex nodded, though his face still looked clouded. The two men rowed back under the pale half-moon, the waves lapping gently at the hull. The next evening, the full moon rose big and bright, lighting up the shore. Alex waited by his canoe, nets ready, eyes fixed on the narrow sandy path from the village. But Peter didn't come. The wind rustled through the coconut fronds. Somewhere in the distance, a dog barked once, and then silence. Alex shifted uneasily. He remembered the old stories, that this stretch of beach was part of the Gaon Purus' path. On full moon nights, he would walk here, unseen by most, guarding, watching. But people also whispered. Those who saw him were never the same again. Alex didn't want to go alone, but he had no choice. He was lifting a net into the canoe when a voice called out, "Alex!" He spun around. There was Peter, walking down the sand, smiling in the moonlight. I thought you'd not come," Alex said, laughing with relief. Peter said nothing, just helped push the canoe into the water. The sea lay under the full moon, like a sheet of molten silver, shifting and glittering with every gentle swell. Alex and Peter cast their nets, the ropes hissing softly through their hands. Almost at once Alex felt it, a pull so strong it bent his wrists. The net was alive with movement, heavy, powerful, relentless. A wide grin spread across his face for the first time in days. "This is it, Peter. We've struck gold tonight." The canoe rocked and groaned under the weight as they hauled in the catch. Fish thrashed and flared in the moonlight, their scales flashing like tiny mirrors. The air was thick with the sharp, briny scent of the sea. By the time they reached shore, the boat sagged low in the water. Peter jumped out first, his shadow long and thin on the silver sand. Together, they dragged the slippery mass onto the beach. the fish flapping and gasping like a living carpet. Alex bent down, dividing the catch into 2 neat piles. "Here," he began, looking up. Peter was already walking away, not hurrying, just drifting off down the dark stretch of beach, his back to Alex, his white shirt glowing faintly under the moon. Alex frowned, but didn't call out. "Probably tired," he muttered. "I'll drop it at his place tomorrow." The next morning, Alex carried Peter's share in a basket, the fish still smelling of salt and death. Peter's wife opened the door, her eyebrows lifting in surprise. "Where's Peter?" Alex asked. "I've brought his share. He left without it last night." Her brow creased. "Peter, he didn't go anywhere last night. He was here, sleeping." Alex froze. "That can't be. We went fishing. We caught more than ever before." Just then, Peter stepped into the doorway, eyes narrowing. "Alex, she's right. I didn't leave this house all night." The basket seemed heavier in Alex's hands, the cold of the fish seeping into his skin. By midday, the story had spread through the village. The elders nodded knowingly. "It was the Gaon Purus," they said in low voices. "He helps the needy, yes, but he will always return, for his share." That night, Alex sat in his small, dimly lit home. The moonlight spilled across the floor in pale stripes. Outside, the sea whispered against the shore, and then he heard it, the crunch of footsteps in the sand, slow, steady, drawing closer. They say the Gaon Purus is a protector, but some debts cannot be paid with coin.